Welcome everyone to our Yin Yoga class. My name is Tammy. We'll begin our class on our mat, and I would like you to think about what centers you when you feel pulled or stretched in different directions. This is something I definitely work through all the time because of having a child, of work, trying to balance my personal life, and then home life, getting everything cleaned up, cooking, making sure that you're eating healthy, your child is eating healthy, you are able to have a good environment for your child, have a good environment for yourself. So these are things that I work through all the time. And then how do I come back to myself so that I can feel centered, that I feel clarity of mind, that I can move into the next day, that it's okay if I didn't get the laundry done, if I didn't have all the time to clean up what I needed to do, if maybe I didn't get a lesson plan for the next day, because it will come. Yoga definitely brings me back, and hopefully that was something that you thought for yourself too, that yoga was able to bring you back when you needed that support, when you needed that clarity of mind, when you needed to come back to yourself to feel whole, to feel healthy. And this is something, of course, when we feel sick too right now, going through all the different bugs, working with children, working with adults, that there's so many things going around us. So for our first pose, we'll come into child's pose to help us to come back to feel grounded. So we turn over towards our side. You can come to all fours. We uncurl the toes. Now child's pose, lots of versions of child's pose. You can have your knees forward and sitting back into the heels, or a nice way to do this too is turning your knees out to the edges of your mat and curl the toes, sit back into the heels, and we fold forward, let the forehead rest down to the ground. With a change in maybe the pose that you do for child's pose, you can also change the arms. And now with yin, we take our time to come into the pose. So you can see, well, maybe I would like to do these arms instead. So you can hold onto the elbows for a change with the forehead resting. You may also have your arms on your shoulders, like this. Again, with the forehead resting. You could also use your blocks. And so then this would be a deeper stretch into the shoulders. So elbows down, and the forehead comes in between your blocks. You can place your hands above your head into prayer, or your hands are on your shoulders like this. When you find what you would like to do for yourself, coming into stillness. And knowing that you are taking time for yourself right now to come back to yourself from the busyness of life, from the overwhelm that sometimes that we feel, everything that we have to do. So prioritizing, feeling, knowing that it's okay. Maybe we didn't get some things done, knowing that it will come. Knowing that others feel similar to us and that it's okay. And now we breathe, inhaling and exhaling, letting ourselves soften, letting ourselves be. Coming out of child's pose, nice and slow, coming over to the side of your body. You can set your props over to the side. Our next pose, we'll move into opening the front of our thigh with our left leg in front at a 90-degree angle at the knee, right leg behind. We draw our body up towards the sky. We add a little twist. You can add a pelvic tilt and then a twist. Finding what will work for you here. You may also add the fold forward. Here again, coming back to ourselves, we let our head draw forward. We let our body soften into the ground. Inhaling, we open. Exhale, let go. Our body softens. We release. Continue with that breath. Notice if you're holding on. Notice if you can release into the body, into areas that you are holding on. With the exhale breath, let go. This will help us to let go maybe tension we're feeling from that. Stresses of daily life, of feeling the need to get everything done, overwhelm. Now slowly we come out of our forward fold, if you were there. Come out of the twist and we sit back. And then into the other side, we take the right leg forward. The left leg comes behind. To the other side, we do a pet leg tilt and we hold right here. You could add the twist. And we can just let ourselves be here. Or you could add the fold forward. You could also use a prop like a pillow and you can let your forehead rest down. Or you can use your arms, your hands too, to let the forehead rest. And we let ourselves go. We let ourselves sink. I encourage you to use your breath, come back to your breath, to help you to turn into yourself, to take this time for yourself. It is an hour for you. I encourage you to use your breath to help to come back to yourself, to feel strong within yourself. To feel whole. Knowing that when you walk into a room, you are present. You feel confident. You are there. Now slowly out of forward fold if you were there. If you remained upright, you make your way out of the twist and slowly come back to center with both of our legs. Maybe staying at the side, we make our way to all fours. We shift our body here. First, it's nice to wag our tail. And then we can look over to our right side. And then we look over to our left side. We make a C curve with our spine when we do this lateral movement. And then we come back to our neutral spine at the center. We hold. Our next pose is melting heart. A really big step forward with the right hand, a really big step forward with the left hand. Right to the end of the edge of the mat here, the top. And then we fold forward. Your hips remain over top of your knees. The forehead comes down towards the ground. Again, this lovely grounding feeling. With the forehead resting, we let ourselves settle into the ground. If this pose does not work for your knees, you can sit on a chair. You can fold forward. If you ever do this sitting on a chair, you would have your knees turned out so that you're able to fold between the legs. It's easier on your spine, easier in your body, and you're able to get a little bit lower. Let your exhale breath help you to release your upper body into the ground. Let your chest go, let your heart melt into the ground. Be able to sink a little bit deeper into melting heart. We come out of melting heart, nice and slow, and back to all fours. And sitting on the side, and we hold here. We take our legs then towards the center to dragonfly. We hold here and we sit up nice and tall. This is where you can put pillows between your inner thighs So I'll use my bolster. Or, of course, pillows, nice firm pillows, be the same idea. That's just one after the other. And with our bolster in between our inner thighs, we inhale, we sit up. We exhale, we fold forward. I will let my hands rest on my forehead. You can do this various ways. You can place your elbows down and then place your forehead onto your hands. You can also stack more pillows on top of each other and then let the arms come down, let the forehead rest down towards your hands here too. You can roll up a blanket. Blankets work great. See where you're able to have that support for the front of your body, which leads into the back of the body. So this is that fold forward, opening up through our back and feeling grounded. Letting the forehead rest. Making sure that it's easy to breathe for yourself, so adjust as needed, and then coming in to stillness. And slowly making your way out. Dragonfly. It was a little bit harder to come back from. We're able to let ourselves go. Our next pose, we'll come into cat and cow. Taking down through the knees. Take any of your props over to the side. And then making your way to all fours. Cat cow. Now we did this lateral movement at the beginning of our class. It's actually halfway already. So we'll do the same thing again, halfway through cat and cow. cat and cow. Drawing your navel up, you continue to elongate through your spine with your fingers spread on your mat. We inhale, we draw our heart up towards the sky. Exhale, hold. Inhale, hold. Exhale, hold. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale, coming into our cat stretch. Did I say cat stretch? Or I hope I said cow, but so cat stretch. Our head hangs. Inhaling and exhaling on your own time, and we hold this big stretch. This big cat stretch, and we breathe. Did you notice any adjustments in your body? Were you able to lift up through the upper part of your back a little bit more for a nice big arch? Were you able to let your head go? Let it hang. With the inhale breath, we make our way out of cat. We come back to cow, and we inhale and exhale and hold. Continue to elongate the spine. Exhale breath leads us back to cat. Nice big arch through the spine. And we hold, inhaling and exhaling. Inhale breath leads us back to the neutral spine. So on your own time, exhale breath, we sit onto the side of our body. Just we release our wrists. Our next pose, lying on our back. Now, you can come into reclined pose here. So nice to do reclined poses. So pillows, you can stack them up top of each other, but on an incline. How do you do that? So we want to, you can prop out your pillows, you can use a block then, so that your pillows are on an incline. I have a bolster here. So yes, bolsters, they are definitely a great investment because, I mean, pillows, they last forever, easy to clean, and really good support, nice firm support. So coming into the reclined butterfly, when you're ready, when you've set yourself up, I'll tuck my hip in towards my bolster and then I'll roll over to my back and I let my back rest onto my bolster. Of course, you can use those pillows too still. Now it's a nice way to do this too. You can come into butterfly, but if you do come into butterfly, this is a good idea is to have support underneath of your knees. So I'm gonna use my pillows because I will do that. Come into butterfly in this reclined pose. But you don't have to, you can have your legs forward. And have your knees bent or knees straight. And now in reclined butterfly or this reclined pose here, you can turn your palms up towards the sky. And we open up our body. Let yourself smile from the inside out. And this is another pose. Just let ourselves go in. Let ourselves be. Make our way out of reclined butterfly for a few more poses you will enjoy also. So you can open up your eyes. And if you are in butterfly, you can take your knees towards the center and you can hold. And now coming out of reclined butterfly, how it works for you, you can roll over to your right side to feel and then make your way up. Taking your props over towards the side. Next pose will be lying on our back. So you can come right over to the side of the body. When you're ready. And to make your way down to your back. Here we take the right knee into the chest. Left knee into the chest. And we hold. This is a good opportunity to notice your lower back. Notice your pelvis. Notice the compression into the lower part of your abdomen. Your knees fall open to the side. We breathe. Cells melt into the ground. Coming out of this pose, we take our legs up, straight up, legs up the wall, elongating through our hamstrings. This nice stretch into the hamstrings. Take your palms down towards the ground. You hold here. Give you a little point and a flex. First of all, and then you can hold stillness. You may turn your palms up towards the sky. A little bit more opening into the shoulder then. A lot more opening too into the chest. Coming out of legs up the wall, we take our knees back into the chest. We hold. Now we take our legs up and over to the left side. For a supine twist, our arms come in line with the chest, with the shoulders, and turn your head the opposite way, up the legs. And breathe. You may have a pillow underneath of the top knee, right knee, if you're with me here. We now take our head back to the center. Hold. We now take our legs back towards the center and hold, knees tucked into the chest. We take our legs up and over to the right side and we hold. Again, the arms may come in line with the shoulders. You can turn your head the opposite way of your legs. Inhaling and exhaling, helping us to release, let go, the exhale breath. We now take our head back to the center. Ever so slowly, the legs coming back to the center. You can use your right hand to bring the legs back, knees back, and then back into knees tucked into the chest, and we hold, we breathe. Exhale breath, letting yourself soften. Soften into the ground, letting the earth absorb anything that you don't need. Our final pose is Shavasana. You may lie on your back. Knees may be bent or legs could be straight. You could have legs up the wall. You could be seated. Choosing what will work for you. Longer Shavasana. So I encourage you to make sure you're nice and warm. Placing a blanket over top of your body. Anything else that you might need. Taking your time to set up. And then coming into stillness. A natural breath. Our eyes close. Hips part. Inhaling, exhaling that natural breath. We let ourselves drift. Our mind wanders, not focusing on one thought. Your mind is a little busy now or at any time during the day. Come to your breath. Focus on your breath. Inhaling and exhaling. Be here for a few more minutes. I will call you back when it is time. Coming back. Just letting yourself enjoy the surface you're relying on. These sounds you hear, these smells you hear, you smell. with smile. And then if you're lying on your back, you can roll over to your right side to feel. So you can bend through the knees, take your right arm overhead, and roll over to your right side to fetal. And make your way up to a comfortable seated pose. In our seated pose, we'll take a moment here. Place your hands to your heart center, and we close our eyes. And we come back to our theme. What centers us when we may feel overwhelmed, old, stretched. We know there's lots to, of course, get done, but being able to come back to ourselves. Turn to our breath. Inhaling and exhaling. In Yin, the Ujjayi breath is not as forceful, strong. Continue to use the exhale breath. Let ourselves soften. Now opening up your eyes. And smiling from the inside out. Thank you so much for joining me, sharing your practice, letting ourselves feel this calm, this center. As we move through the rest of our week, Namaste.
Namaste. Thank you, Tammy.